Are they cheating?
Chances are, yep, they're cheating.
But just to make sure, it's the Dave Rand Show's War of the Roses on 101.3 KDWB.
Selfies are the devil's spawn. And here's what I mean by selfies. Sexy selfies, phone pictures, any kind of erotic, sexy picture that you have on your phone is the devil's spawn. It's going to get you caught if you are cheating. Now, here's why. Because you're not with that person all the time. You're with your partner. So what do you do for a little flirty, teasy, sexy thing? You send them a naked selfie in the bathroom mirror.
Yeah. In
this case, you sent him a naked selfie. Was it in the tub, Kate? You found a naked selfie in the tub, right?
Yes, I found it. Yes, it was gross. In the tub. It was like disgusting with like mildew and like these shampoo bottles that had like the soap scum on it.
Now, see, that's not what I was expecting. When I read in your email that you found on your boyfriend's computer a sexy selfie taken in the tub, I was thinking, beautiful legs taken down the clean, shiny tub, maybe some bubbles. So
I feel like you got to be aware of your surroundings for your sexy selfie.
Nasty.
Like, you don't want one with like a dog pad in the background with like dog poop on it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Your environment is important for part of the sexy photo.
So where did you?
I was like, whoever this is thinks it's sexy. It was gross. And then on top of it, it just seemed like she was a nasty person, whoever sent it. Because, like, on her feet, she has these tattoos, too, which were stupid. It was, like, on one foot was a pair of scissors, and the other one was a comb. She's probably a hairdresser, because I'm a hairdresser. And who else would put that on your feet? I mean, why would... I don't know. That's just really silly. But,
I guess so, but if you're proud of your occupation, let's say you are a stylist, hairdresser, let's say you do hair. Well, I have a microphone on the back of one leg because I'm on the radio.
Yeah, but you're going to think anything on someone else's, like, you're going to think someone else's is stupid regardless if they're sending naked selfies to your partner. Everything about that person will be stupid.
Yeah.
Where was this picture?
I don't know. I'm not big into tattoos anyways. I'm just like, okay, great. So you got this girl with a dirty tub and tattoos on her feet. So who is this chick? She seems pretty nasty.
Where did you find this? Was it on his phone or on his laptop, or where'd you find it?
I found it on his laptop.
Were you digging through downloads, pictures? What file did you find it under?
Well, it was just under like photos. He went into the kitchen and his laptop was on the coffee table, and I just kind of clicked, and then there it was.
Okay. So there's point one of evidence that he might be seeing somebody else. What else you got, Kate? There's more.
Well, okay, so we don't live together. So I don't know. I see him like twice a week. I don't know where he is on the other days of the week. And then when he is over on those 2 days a week, he's got his phone in his hand like all the time. So it just seems a little weird, a little like... I'm just like, is he like hiding something?
Because he's got his phone with him all the time, but sometimes he chooses not to answer you, so you wonder what's going on.
He has his phone with him all the time, and then when it rings or it beeps, he doesn't answer it. He'll
ignore it?
Yeah, ignore it.
Yeah, that's odd. I mean, I know you would ignore some calls or texts, but all of them, that does seem suspect.
Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking. It was just kind of weird. I was like, he doesn't seem to answer his phone. Like, he just kind of like looks at it and then just presses like the just ignore button.
So what about, there was another story about his phone. I'm trying to remember from your email. What was the other story about his phone?
So then what I did, because I was starting to like, I'm just kind of curious. So when he was asleep one night, I ended up grabbing his phone, and I can't open it unless it's with his thumb. So when he was asleep, I got his thumb to press on the phone.
Oh, my God.
And I know, but you know what? Because I don't know where he is all the time. And then, like, the weird thing with his phone and, like, not answering it. So I was really curious. And then the picture. So I know I should never sneak into someone's phone, but I had reason to. So I opened up his phone, and on one of the texts, it said, "I smell like you, and I don't hate it." Ugh. So clearly he's got to be seeing someone.
Okay, no.
I'm assuming that phone number didn't have
It's
a
from
name.
his mother. It's from his mother.
Well, I think you would have it as listed as
I smell
mom.
like you, and I don't hate it.
From his mama.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, was there a name attached to it, or was it just a phone number?
It was just a phone number. It didn't. Yeah, it was just a phone number.
If it was his mom, then it would be saved as mom or whatever he calls.
Oh,
mom.
You try to explain away everything.
Sorry.
The guy's probably so innocent.
Oh yes, he
just
sounds
because
like
he's got a picture of a girl in a dirty bathtub. Okay, what we're going to do for you in a second. This is what you called for. We're going to call Ryan in a few minutes. We're going to say, hey, it's a survey. Take the survey. Win flowers. Who do you want to send flowers to? And then we'll see who we want to send flowers to. Should be you, Kate, and not the girl in the dirty bathtub or the girl that smells like him and says she doesn't hate it. But let me ask you a question. I have a question for you as you listen to the War of the Roses. When you see this, what would you do? Would you confront him right away? Wouldn't you call that number? If you see something in Jake's phone that's like, I smell like you and I don't hate it, you go up to Jake and you ask him, what is this?
I wouldn't even get through the sentence. Before I was like literally turned on him. Yeah.
He would have a phone-shaped bruise on his forehead.
No comment.
If you've ever called that number in your phone or in his phone and said, who is this? Why are you texting my boyfriend? I want to hear your story. Send me a text at KWB153921 or call me. Number is 651-989-KWB. Same number forever. It's never changed. And we're going to talk to Jonathan Fogel of Fogel Family Law in a minute, who will probably have some horror story that this reminds him of.
Probably.
And give you a couple of tips on any kind of relationships that's not working out. All right. You hang on, Katie. We'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Oh, that came on suddenly. Hey, it's KWB. Good morning. War of the Roses continues in a moment. I know you're on a schedule, and we're doing our best to run on time. But first, this word from Libby Lou.
No.
Now, I started a little thing, and I just want to have a little...
David, we are on time.
Okay.
But I did want to quickly mention that I think that we should, during War of the Roses, the people who listen to the Dave Ryan show, we should call them the Dave Ryan sleuths, because they're like little detectives. They have like so many good predictions.
What kind of theories are we hearing?
Well, it says... this girl has to be rocking the hot crazy matrix. I don't know what that means.
It means exactly what you think it does.
OMG, what if she's the other woman? Someone said. Rowan says she is crazy AF. Jesus. Someone else said she's the side chick. This person says, I called a number in my ex-husband's phone. Turns out it was one of our friends' aunt that he was sleeping with.
With her aunt?
Not her aunt, one of their friends'
Well,
aunt.
yeah, right, exactly. All right, Kayla's on the phone. Hi, Kayla.
Hello, good morning.
What's going on? What do you think's going to happen on War of the Roses?
Oh, what do I think is going to happen? I think he's definitely guilty, and he is probably more than likely sleeping with someone else. And I had a similar situation happen to me with my ex, and we were actually watching the movie Pursuit of Happiness, and he had hickeys on his neck, but told me they were razor burns.
Yep.
And during the movie Pursuit of Happiness, a number popped up on his phone. So, of course, I, wrote it down in my phone, didn't say anything of it.
Ooh, smart.
I called her. And she said, oh, you should mind your business. I don't know who you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. Hung up on me. She called me back a couple hours later, and she was crying. And she was like, I've been cheated on, so I decided to come clean. And, yes, I know your boyfriend, and we've been sleeping together, and we've been hanging out for a few months.
Oh, my gosh.
And so then I confronted him, and it was all true. So you should always follow your gut.
This is a terrible thing to tell people. I'm going to tell you why, Kayla, because you're ruining War of the Roses. Here's why. If people decide to confront their partner with cheating instead of calling the radio station, getting us involved, they ain't going to have anything to do on Thursdays. So this is terrible advice. Don't confront your cheating partner. Call us here at KWB.
That's the worst part to you.
Investigate.
The worst part to me is that obviously the movie The Pursuit of Happiness is ruined for you, and it's a fantastic film. So I'm so sorry.
100% completely ruined. We'll never watch it again.
No.
Kayla, did you instantly say, we are done, I break with thee, or what did you say?
So the funny thing is we were actually at my parents' house at the time. This was years ago, so I was 16. And I went upstairs and I told my parents about it. And my dad actually came downstairs and decided to confront him.
Oh,
God.
how'd that go down?
Yeah, it got pretty ugly.
Oh,
so.
God.
Wow. Good
Yeah,
old
so I
dad.
don't think he'll ever do that again.
Wow.
Okay. We have one more. We'll make the phone call in a second here. But first, let's talk to Angel up in CR. What did you do?
Hello.
Hi, Angel. How did you bust somebody? What dirty ploy did you use?
My ex and I were together for about 9 years, and I didn't even have to use a ploy. He was asleep, and the phone was next to his bed, so I picked it up. And let me just say, if you're picking up the phone, you probably already know that something isn't right to begin with,
Yeah.
if you're even wanting to look. But I ended up going in, kind of creeping through his messages and through Facebook Messenger, and there was a random gal in there, and I actually just pretended I was him and hit her up randomly and was like, oh, I'm going to be at the cabin this weekend. And she was like, ooh, are we going to meet at our usual spot for drinks?
Oh.
And I was like, ooh, just for drinks? And she's like, well, you know. And basically, it went downhill from there. So I woke
How
up,
did-
I thrown his phone at his head.
You threw the
Okay,
phone
well.
at his head. I was going to say,
I
how
was
did
like,
you?
hey, baby. And as soon as he opened his eyes, man, I had Kirby Puckett at his ass.
I love it. Hey,
Out
Angel.
the door.
Thanks for calling in. Let's make the phone call on the War of the Roses on KDWB.
Hey, Ryan. Ryan, this is Jen. Ryan, we're going to get you a dozen long stem romantic roses, and we'll ship those out by the end of the week. So by tomorrow. So what I'd like to grab from you is the name of the recipient. Who would you like to send these to?
Yeah, hey, can you actually just, hold on 1 second. I just have to, sneak into a place where a little more private.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Okay, hi. So I can send these to whoever you said?
Yes.
Okay, can I send them to Kate?
Yes. And we attach a card, too, if you'd like. What would you like the card to say?
Can I just say, I love every second we're together.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Thank you.
Are you sending roses to fucking Kate?
Hey, get out. I'm on a call right now.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
Just talking to Derek. No, can you just give me a second? I'll be there in 1 second.
Hello?
I think he either hung up
Or someone else hung up his phone.
because somebody came. Did you hear that? Katie, you heard the other person in the background. So he sneaked off somewhere to send flowers, and then she overheard. Oh, man.
Wow, I knew it. I thought something was up with him. So I am like the girlfriend. Like he's cheating on her with me, but he's cheating on me too with her. But like live-in girlfriend is the one that was in the tub with the freaking.
I don't know.
tattoos.
I don't know. You're gonna.
Oh, he has a dirty bathtub. Ugh.
Okay, what do you make of this one? It all comes around full circle. She's the one. Who's the other woman? I think.
Well, she said it early on. She only sees him like 2 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not that that can't be a normal relationship, but if he's seeing someone else, then I feel like she is the other woman.
That poor bastard. What are the odds of him sneaking into the guest room and her following him in there and busting him sending flowers? My God, people get busted in craziest ways. Jonathan Fogel, family attorney, Fogel Family Law. You always, whenever we talk to Jonathan, he's like, "This reminds me of a case." This one was one about the. It was
You've
a
seen
friends.
it all.
It was a friends only account. Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
Good. What happened anyway?
So this reminds me of a case of the dangers of like selfies, FaceTime, and other live chat, right? So I had a client who set up a fake account so he could subscribe to his wife's OnlyFans page.
Oh, no.
OnlyFans. Okay, OnlyFans. Okay, so
OnlyFans, right.
Okay.
And which is, a site that people can share, not so, innocent pictures and videos of themselves, okay? So she didn't know that he knew that she had this page. So he sets up a fake account. He wanted to see what she was doing and get information because they were going through a custody dispute. So when he asked her to send him naughty videos on the site, he could see his 1-year-old daughter in the background while she was taking these videos.
Wow.
Yikes.
So they were already apart, going through a custody battle. He finds her on this site. I've heard of it. What's called Fans Only, OnlyFans?
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. And so he gets a video from her, and his kid is in the background during one of these naughty videos.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yep.
What does he do with this evidence, Jonathan?
Well, I mean, needless to say, the judge was not very happy that she would, it wasn't so much the sharing of the videos, which, again, I would not recommend. But the idea that the daughter was present while she was doing something like this, the judge said that she could only have supervised visits with the daughter for a period of time.
I literally can't even imagine. That just is like
So-
when do you realize like what you're doing is a little bit like I don't care at all. Like you said, if you do videos on your own time, do whatever you want. I mean, there are things that could happen. People could screen record you, different things, but also like where's the line drawn for some class? I don't
As
think
far as like doing it in front of your kid?
your kid. Yeah. It's like, what the heck? I don't care if they're one and they don't know what's going on.
Right. Look, the sad thing is what I see, and certainly don't condone this behavior. What I see is people putting their kids in the middle of their divorce, whether it's things like this, obviously, or even bad-mouthing their other parent, because kids know, right, even at a young age, they know they're part dad, they're part mom, right? And when you're bad-mouthing the other parent to that child, they take it really personally.
Why do people do that? Because everybody knows, Jonathan, that everybody knows that you're not supposed to say, well, your dad, he's kind of a loser and he's never responsible and he lies to you all the time. People know not to do that, but why do people do it, though?
I think they're just hurt, right? I mean, going through a divorce, it's a painful experience. It's a death, right? It's likened to a death of a relationship, a death of a dream that you had with somebody that you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with them. And now suddenly that's gone and you're going through a grieving process. And when you're doing that, you don't always act appropriately.
So then you do the things that you're not supposed to do.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, I say part of my job is to try to help people understand how doing something like that is so detrimental to their children and getting them to the resources or talking to them about how that affects their kids. And people don't see it sometimes.
So what do you tell your kids? That's a whole other topic. I mean, if you don't know what to tell your kids or how to tell your kids, there's probably it depends on the kids and the relationship and the situation, but there's probably a good way and a bad way to tell your kids.
Absolutely. I think that, the most important thing is to support the other spouse, right? Yes, you can. I always say to people, you have to love your kids more than you hate your ex.
Ooh, say that again. That's powerful.
That you have to love your kids more than you hate your ex.
Okay, gotcha.
Because really you're going to be a family.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the traditional living in the same house family, but they're still going to always have that person as their dad or their mom, and they need to have a healthy relationship with that person.
We're talking to Jonathan Fogel of Fogel Family Law. He's always got some insight whenever he hears War of the Roses. He's seen it all, 25 years in the practice. FogelFamilyLaw.com. You know what? It's interesting because you talk about how some couples are so hurt and so broken, it's like a death. But there are a lot of couples that they look at each other one morning and they go, yeah, you know what? I'm okay with we call it quits. So that would be a more amicable one because nobody cheated. Maybe they did, but they're just ready to back out. That happens too, right?
That happens too. In fact, probably the majority of the cases that I work on, the people are amicable. It's just the ones that we all hear about and read about are the ones that are the worst because, there's a reason why people read certain magazines and read, they want to see the dirt. They want to see that stuff. And that's okay. Those things happen. But the reality is that most people's divorces are fairly amicable for the most part.
Okay, get a hold of Jonathan for a consultation. Go to FogelFamilyLaw.com, Fogel, FogelFamilyLaw.com. Set up a Zoom call, free consultation, distance, whatever you want to do to have Jonathan help you out.